So how many times have we heard nothing to do with Islam? It has nothing to do with Islam. ISIS, the 9/11 attacks, the Charlie Hebdo attacks, the 7/7 attacks on the London Underground, the New Year's Eve mass rape in Berlin, nothing to do with Islam. The Madrid train bombing, nothing to do with Islam. The Nice truck rampage, nothing to do with Islam. The Normandy priest beheading, nothing to do with Islam. The Miami gay nightclub massacre, nothing to do with Islam. The Fort Hood shootings, nothing to do with Islam. The San Bernardino attack, nothing to do with Islam. The Kenyan Mall massacre, nothing to do with Islam. And I can go on and on and on. In every single case, the attackers said they were doing it because of Islam. The Boston Marathon bombing, nothing to do with Islam. Well, this is nothing new because we've been told something else too, and this continual. The French Revolution, the Holodomor, the anti-clericalism under Enver Hoxha, the Calles laws, or also known as La Cruzada, or the Cristero War, and then 25 years preceding that, you had the anti-Christian Mexican Revolution, which killed 1.4 million people. Nothing to do with atheism. Nothing to do with atheism. The Holodomor, Stalin instituted it to break the Ukrainian people's belief in God, and he did it. He said he did it because of atheism, to force people to be atheists. Nothing to do with atheism. Portugal, during the 1910s, anti-clericalism, atheism trying to push away the superstition and make their society better because they believed Roman Catholicism was inhibiting it. Nothing to do with atheism. The Paris Commune. North Korea, where Christianity is a death sentence. The Spanish Republic. Nothing to do with atheism. And if you want to say communism for some of these, Spanish Republic was mainly anarchism. Portugal 1910 wasn't atheism, wasn't communism. Neither was the French Revolution. Neither was Calles laws or the anti-Christian Mexican Revolution. We have the Red Terror, we have Czechoslovakia, we have El Salvador in the 1980s. Nothing to do with atheism, even though that was sponsored by the CIA. So that's totally not communism. The Paris Commune, Mauthausen concentration camp of the Nazis. Nothing to do with atheism. Eugenics, social Darwinism, late-term abortion. Nothing to do with atheism. Nothing to do with atheism. Now, whether the Muslims are correct and all these things have nothing to do with Islam, or the atheists are correct and none of these have to do with anti-theism, which they might not have anything to do with atheism. Maybe that argument could be made, but not anti-theism. Vietnam, Belarus, the Greek Republic, nothing to do with atheism. 120 million people killed, nothing to do with atheism. The Muslims point to the Crusades and the Iraq War and Inquisition. Atheists point to the Inquisition, the witch hunts, killing of an abortion doctor 25 years ago. So if somebody could respond, this is, I don't know, a challenge, but I'd love to hear people answer this, but I guess I'll get a bunch of personal attacks, you know. I just want to know what the answer is to this. Christians, by the way, are the most persecuted group on the face of the earth. Lowest estimated number killed per year because of their religion, 4,000. The highest, 70,000. But the number is somewhere in between, at like 35,000. The massacre of the Christians, Yazidis, and Mandaeans in Syria, nothing to do with Islam, right? The Holodomor, even though Stalin said it was because of that. And Mauthausen concentration camp was set up to kill the clergy. And the Spanish Republic, they were targeting anybody who believed in any god. Yet nothing to do with atheism. It's funny how the two bloodiest forms of ideology, basically. One that has killed hundreds of millions in the 20th century, and another that's set to kill hundreds of millions more. Both have, all this violence has nothing to do with them at all. So can you know, it's great mocking Christianity and everything, and, I'm not a creationist, but yeah, it's so fun to mock creationists. But yeah, when hundreds of millions of people die, nothing to do with atheism, nothing to do with anti-theism, nothing to do with Islam. But maybe these people should stop and look and be like, well, why are all these horrid actions being taken by anti-theists and atheists and done in the name of atheism? And I don't want to hear you can't do something in the name of atheism, because Stalin, Enver Hoxha, Calles, the Portuguese government, the Spanish Republic, Mao, Stalin, the Red Terror, Trotsky, they all did this in the name of atheism. All the leaders of the French Revolution, it was all done in the name of atheism. And they read their writings. They said they're doing it because they were atheists. So kind of like the people who say they're doing it because they're Muslims. Would love to hear back from somebody.